with Chef ChefCarlaAndrea, and today I'm gonna show you guys how to make a keto-friendly Southwest egg roll. I'm gonna put my spin on it and show you how to get down in your kitchen. Back, and we're gonna do my favorite part and your favorite part, the mise en place. Cameraman, bring it on in. So we have an orange bell pepper, cilantro, green onions. We have our wonderful low-carb tortillas. We have an avocado, spinach, red onion, chicken breast, habanero, jack cheese, sharp cheddar, some limes, and some ranch dressing. Let's get into the recipe. Super excited because every time we go to Chili's or we go to Cheesecake Factory, I'm always ordering the Southwest egg rolls. I really like these ones though because I found the keto-friendly tortillas that we're actually going to use in this recipe. Now I just went ahead and removed my orange bell pepper from the stem and the little attachment ball thing with all the clusters of seeds. I'm just making some juliennes that I'm going to end up dicing. Get this out the way so that way you can see. Cameraman. You know, cameraman, I realized I never address you by your real name. I have a question. Is it okay that I call you a cameraman, even considering that you're not even a real man? Does that bother you, or would you like me to call you Raquel?
No, you've been calling me that all these years, so why change now?
I mean, I just feel like cameraman is fitting. You know, you hold the camera, you give some direction, you know, all that good stuff. All right, so I have half of the orange bell pepper that I've diced up into medium dices. And what I did here, carefully, I just made some juliennes out of the orange bell pepper and went all the way through. Then I came through. Oh, let me get that little piece too. And I just did some medium dices, keeping my fingers out the way, making sure that I'm steady with the knife, rocking it. All right. So we got the orange bell peppers done. One day I'm going to remember as I'm setting up to anchor my cutting board. I suggest that, you know, you guys do that so that way you don't have any slip of the knives or any accidents just by getting a damp paper towel, putting it underneath. I don't know why I haven't done it, but you know, I probably should. So I'm going to take this red onion and I'm going to also make medium dices out of it. I want to keep all the vegetables uniform and in the same shape so that way everything cooks evenly and I don't have to worry about anything burning. So I'm going to finish cutting up the red onion. And then we'll come back when it's time to get everything else going so we can cook our vegetables. And then we'll move on to our meat. I'll see you in a second. So I finished cutting up the red onions and the orange bell peppers. Honestly, I scurried off the camera because I like to cut onions in private because I always cry and it's a big fiasco. So these are the vegetables in conjunction with the spinach that we're going to cook. So we're going to set these off to the side. Now we're going to work on the vegetables that are going into the mixture, but we're not going to cook them. So I'm going to slice up our green onions. And I'm not going to cook them because I don't want them to get too welty and, you know, start kind of dying out, losing the flavor. I just want to get them fresh and get the essence of the green onions in there. All right, so the green onions are finished. Now I'm going to move over to the cilantro. And I'm going to save about 2 tablespoons of cilantro for our avocado ranch salad dressing that we are going to dip the Southwest egg rolls into. I'm going to finish chopping this up. Then we'll come back when it's time to get set up and get to cooking the vegetables. All right, cameraman, we're back, you guys. We have everything chopped up. I have the spinach over here. I'm going to get some oil into the pan. Excuse me one second, cameraman. Don't want to burn you. All right. Then we're going to drop in our vegetables. This is the orange bell pepper, the red bell pepper. Gotta love that sizzle. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed, we don't have any black beans. We don't have any corn, because as you do know, it's not low carb or, you know, keto friendly. So we're using the vegetables that you can use on keto. All right. So I'm gonna let this cook for about a minute and a half. Then I'm gonna follow it up with the spinach, because you don't have to cook the spinach too long. You just want to cook it till it starts wilting and gets all warm. The seasonings that we're gonna use is some cumin, black pepper, and salt. That's it. We're gonna keep it simple. We're gonna season up the chicken nice and good, and we're gonna have that flavorful avocado ranch. If you slide on over here, cameraman, we have our cilantro that we've chopped up. We have our green onions. I got some limes. I'll show you what we're gonna do with those in a second. So I'll be back in about a minute and a half when it's time to cook the spinach. So it's been a minute and a half. We are going to add in the spinach. Get that all nice and wilted and cooked down. I'm gonna do this in batches so I don't make a mess. We'll come back when the spinach is done in about 4 minutes, and then we'll get ready to season up our mixture. We're going to add in a half a teaspoon of salt. Then we are going to add in a pinch of pepper. Then we are going to do the same, a pinch of cumin. And that's it. We're going to add in a handful of cilantro and green onions. And we're going to save the rest for our salad dressing that we are going to hook up. So I'm going to stir this up. I'm going to let this chill out and cool down. And then we'll come back when it's time to get our chicken going so we can start stuffing these egg rolls. And we are going to split our chicken breast down the middle, butterflying it. All right, just like this. I'm going to take some of the oil so I can coat the chicken breast with the seasoning. And I'm going to add in just a sprinkle, a shake of some cayenne pepper, onion powder that we're gonna throw on. Thank you, cameraman, for all your help. I got some garlic powder, and we are going to do a sprinkle of salt. And I'm going to repeat on the other side, and we'll come back when it's time to put it in the pan. Cameraman, follow me, because I want to get this delicious chicken breast in the skillet. So we got it in the skillet. We got it on medium high. We're going to let it sear for about 4 minutes on the first side. Then we're going to flip it. We're going to squeeze some lime juice over it, and we're going to let it cook another 4 minutes. So I'll see you guys back when it's time to flip. All right, cameraman, so it's time to flip our chicken breast. Ooh, look how juicy it looks. We're going to let it cook for another 4 minutes. I'm gonna squeeze some fresh lime juice over it. All right, so we're gonna start working on our avocado ranch dipping sauce. I have 1 large avocado. We are going to shake in about a pinch of salt. Then we are going to do a pinch of black pepper. Okay. Then I'm going to do a pinch of cumin. Then we are going to add in some green onions and cilantro. And we are going to take the whole avocado and scoop it. Look how beautiful this avocado looks. It's a nice avocado, cameraman. You did good, making me proud. All right, we got the first half in. I'm gonna use my cool knife and get out the avocado seed. Scoop out the other half. Wow, this is just a beautiful, beautiful avocado. Only a California girl can do that. All right, we're gonna start off with a teaspoon of lime juice. Then we'll taste the flavors and we'll adjust if we need to. Okay, all right, I can do this. It's on. All right. Okay, that's pulse. Oh, that was fast. Let's look at it. Well, we'll do a few more pulses. Gotta love the Vitamix. All right, that looks good to me. Nice and creamy and avocado-y. All right, let me stick it in. All week I've been doing this. Let me dip it in to the, I'm just gonna try the sauce. Cameraman. What do you think? Good?
Yep.
Good to go? Mm-hmm. All right, there you have it. It's ready to go. So I'm gonna put this in a container, and then we're gonna jump back over to our chicken breast. We're gonna put it in a container in the refrigerator, get it nice and cold, so that way we can dip it. Last step that we're going to do is we are going to drain off all the liquid that the spinach makes. We're gonna do this part while the chicken is cooling before we go to dice it. I wish you could smell all the aroma, the cumin, all that stuff. So we're just gonna let this drain for a little bit so that way we don't have soggy wrappers. And I repurposed the ranch bottle. I just went ahead and refilled it back up with the avocado dipping sauce. So that's pretty cool. This also is a pretty good organic ranch, probably one of the better ones from Whole Foods. So check it out if you have a Whole Foods in your area. So I'm gonna let the chicken rest for about 5 minutes before we cut it. We're gonna let this drain. Then we're gonna come back, add some cheese, and get ready to stuff. Right, we're back. The mixture has cooled. The chicken has cooled. So I'm going to add in a half a cup of sharp cheddar cheese. Then I'm going to add in a half a cup of habanero jack. Now you can use pepper jack, whatever type of spicy cheese you want. You don't have to use spicy cheese. You can use whatever you want. So now here's the chicken breast that we have went cooled. And I'm going to dice this up into small dices. And I'm going to finish dicing this up, and we'll come back when it's time to stir and get wrapping. So the tortillas are warm, the mixture is all mixed and incorporated. I have these HEB carb sense tortillas. There's 8 to a container, and it has 4 grams of net carbs. I've been wanting to try this brand. I normally use the Mission brand, but I seen them, they're actually back in stock. So either they're good or people just don't want to spend $4 for tortillas and they buy those. So I'm going to take the warm tortilla, and I warmed it up so that way it's pliable and you can wrap it and roll it the way that you need to. So I'm going to add in about this much filling, and then I'm going to bring in the sides, and I'm going to roll. All right, I'm gonna finish rolling up the rest of these, and then we'll come back. And I went ahead and got a toothpick to keep them locked in place. That way they don't bust back open. So I'll see you guys back when I'm finished rolling them. Back, we finished rolling them. I have 2 layers. I put them in this container because we need to put them in the freezer for 4 hours or overnight, so that way the warm filling doesn't ooze out when we go to fry it and then we have a hot mess. And I also wanted to make sure to give enough space in the container so that way they don't freeze and stick together. But then I also had an extra one, and I had to put a layer of parchment paper so that way they don't stick together on top. If you don't have parchment paper, it's fine. You can use wax paper, you can use foil, you can use plastic wrap, whatever you have to create a little barrier from the moisture so that way it doesn't stick. So we're gonna come back tomorrow. We're gonna fry them up. We're gonna have a cocktail. Yes, it will be keto. And we're gonna eat. So I'll see you guys next time. What's up? We're back. It's the next day. We have our egg rolls that we put in the freezer to freeze overnight so that way everything comes together, nothing falls apart. They're not sticking because we made sure to give them enough space and not to crowd the pan. As I said last night, it's Friday, so we were going to be having us some cocktails. Right here we have our hibiscus mezcal keto cocktail, and we have our keto southwestern egg rolls that are finished, and we're going to take over to the pan with the oil in it, and we use peanut oil tonight because it has a high smoke point, and I just love frying in peanut oil. So cameraman, follow me. Let's get the southwest egg rolls, the cocktail. And I have my pan that I've been heating. I checked to make sure that it's nice and ready. So I'm going to add in one southwest egg roll at a time. And when you're frying, putting stuff in that's cold, frozen, is going to drop the temperature of the fryer. So you want to make sure that you increase the heat just a little bit as you start adding stuff in, so that way you still maintain a nice temperature on your oil. So I'm going to cook about 4 of these little bad boys up. Get that ranch dressing out, so that way we can get to eating and dipping. And I'll see you guys back in about 10 minutes when we fry up our Southwest egg rolls. All right, so we're back. The Southwestern keto egg rolls have cooled down. So this is what it looks like. You just go in and yank out that toothpick. I'm going to cut one open so that way you guys can see how delicious it looks on the inside. Wow. All that spinach, the bell peppers, the onion, chicken, the cheese. It's just a gooey hot mess. Now I'm going to dip, dunk, whatever you want to call it. Take a bite. This is fire. Cameraman.
Thank you.
It's so good.
Wow.
You can't even tell it's keto.
At all.
This is good. I just got
Can't even tell the beans and the corn is missing.
Yeah. I got some chicken and spinach with the bell peppers. Woo. This is delish. With that semi-scratch made avocado ranch that we have going on. So hot. It's good. I'm about to. But like always, thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, click the bell for post notifications, and I'll see you guys next time.